Hello there, this is English from SW Gaming. Welcome. Just doing a little guide here to, as you can see, Colonies Online. A lot of people are struggling with the starting area and guide, so it's not very implemented since it is early access, so I'll give you a little head start and a jump on how to get started. Here we go. Welcome to the game. Okay, so this is me and the Sentinel rocking around. You always start at this little crashed area. Main buttons we have at the moment are tab to switch between combat modes and non-combat modes. We have all of our hotkeys at the top there. We have character creation with our 2 slots. You can switch between weapon slots by pressing F. When you're in combat mode, that is. You have your inventory. Move it around and it does save where you wish to place it. Facilities. This is when we'll get to this when we start building. It's quite a good little area. Individual landing unit. This is used when you transfer between planets. You will need one of these. You'll need a core here when we do, but like I said, we'll get to that before we continue on. You don't have any settings really to change. You can't change resolution or anything at the moment in current time. It is early access and that will change. At the moment you're stuck to this resolution and you're stuck to this graphics settings, sadly. Move around most things in the game. Okay, so what we also have is our mini-map here. I always recommend staying most zoomed out because you're going to want to see other people. Other people will show up yellow when they're not in combat mode. When they're in combat mode or not in combat mode. You're going to want to keep an eye on them. If you see a yellow player, you keep an eye on him straight away. Okay, because there are a hell of a lot of grievers, and as you can see, I'm in civilian mode in a safe zone right now. As soon as I leave this, I'm open to open PvP. Okay, now you have a big map here. Now, a lot of people complain about this map. It's not, as you can see, it's got guide this because this is how I've named my character, and then you've got that says Outpost Delta. Now, a lot of people complain about it because they can't understand it, but you've got north, south, east and west. Okay? I'm the little dot, the outpost is a little cross. There, from what I'm showing. Now you've got your north, south, east and west on your compass, and to go towards that you're obviously going to have to head west. It's not going to look like it's moving because the map is massive. But it is moving, and I reckon it'd take you a good 10 minutes to run across one of these squares. Then have 6 planets that are roughly about the same size as this. So as you can see, there is a lot of room for a lot of people and a lot of different bases. Okay. First tip shows you to go scout the crash and find some scrap. So basically it's telling you, jump in and just start running around and scout around. Recommend doing so, but what I'll also do is I'll complete a couple of the other missions. At the moment the hitboxes aren't that great, but they do work. Oh, don't want to shoot that guy, because I am not a griever. Yeah, as you can see, I got a new tip there to kill some monsters. What I'm going to do is I'm going to search for a lair. Monsters spawn in these kind of like nodes called lairs. At the moment they're not very powerful, but they are around. Now, as you can see, I just sell this here. Nodes always show up in the minimap in this kind of shape, so you know there's always a node there. What you're gonna find, they're not very powerful, but they will spawn more stuff. When you kill stuff, you get loot. I always recommend moving it straight to your inventory every so often, because people will shoot at you, people will kill you. And if they do, they get 80% of whatever's in your loot slots. Crap, I've got two nodes next to me. The more you shoot a lair, the more things spawn. You see this more evident when you get a higher DPS weapon. Shoot the lair for ages and a hell of a lot of loot spawns. A hell of a lot of enemies spawn, sorry. This mission tells me to get 4 different types of loot to sell. I've got 3 bits of loot from there, so I'm going to head over to where there's the other layer. See, sort of same shape. These are the only 2 kind of layers I've seen, and the only 2 kind of NPCs, enemy NPCs at the moment. So, okay, that's me get 4 different types of loot. But what I'm going to do at the moment is I'm going to continue on. I'm going to grind a bit just to get some cash. See there, someone did show up on the minimap way before he started shooting. What would be wise for me to do now is to move this stuff to here. That's just my little water realm feature, guys, there. Very recommended to get TeamSpeak overlay so you can run around like crazy. Okay, so to open this guy, right click on him, then bring up your inventory and right click to sell. Okay, so you have UN and SN. This is the money. So what I am going to do, oh, if only I could have bought that. One off, eh? I'll bring this open, buy this. Carrot slot, place it there. So that's me get 2 weapons now. It says to follow the road west out of Delta. Obviously, looking that way, there's the road, head west out of Delta. I'm going to follow this road down, and I'll meet you at the outpost for the next bit of the tutorial. Okay guys, I've switched my character over now, and welcome to the outpost. This is Outpost Delta. This is the main hub you'll be of the entire game at the present time. Okay, so this is the west road. This is a road I ran in on. As you can see, the actual area has changed. We're no longer in a desert, we're kind of like in a tundra sort of thing with some foliage. You've got a forest that way where I'm pointing. Okay, so a quick overview of the outpost. We have supply units, vendors, basically, for armor. These are the higher armor vendors. The X-Step supply officers. You've got your STS terminal. This is your terminal between planets. You've got your outpost commander. He sells some more iron and eggnaughts and stuff. I'm not sure what this is for, and I'm not sure what this is for. This could just be armor hats. You've got your ILU vendor, your individual landing unit vendor. You've got your armory. Okay, so here we have a repair station basically. If you repair with this, as you can see, what you have here is you have your influence, DPS, and usability. Within your usability, you've got durability there, third from the bottom. If you use this one to repair it, your durability is going to fall. If you use this one, it's going to be less much. So, as you can tell, it's quite expensive for that. 8 UN, 28 SN. So, it's quite expensive to not drop your durability that much. I've dropped my durability on these quite a lot before I even realized I was doing that. So, okay, you got your VTI supply vendors. These are the cheaper ones. These supply cheaper weapons all the way up to 30, page 32, page 36. Good armor, good weapons, good enough to start with. You have your construction vendor. He sells all your construction items that you can build in the game at the moment, since there's no crafting implemented. And your illustrious item pickup point. Now, if you subscribed to get items within the game, so you bought into the game or you bought the early packs, this is where you're going to pick up your items that you bought. So your Pyromancer pack, your Dreadnought pack, your Citizen pack. Okay, so here you want to sit here for quite a while in this area. You want to go out random directions, but remember in the directions you went, obviously keeping within the outpost. As you can see, I did move here. It took me quite a while to get here the first time. My little guy's over the little cross of the outpost delta, Incus. Is what you want to do. You're going to want to farm a good weapon. Doesn't so much matter about armor, because I don't think it does much at the moment. It doesn't take much off your damage, but it's recommended to do it if you want to do it. But you're going to need a minimum of, to grab an individual landing unit core of 3 UN 22 SN. It then costs roughly around about 1 UN 550 SN to travel on the STS unit. So what I recommend doing straight away is getting some loot and selling it. Obviously I've not got much loot, so I'm going to go out and find some. Just to show you the difference in the DPS weapons, that if you do buy in and you get one, is this. It's a bit OP at the moment. Especially this, I think it's S30 assault rifle, because it's got 110 rounds. Most guns you buy in game are only going to have a 40 round clip maximum, averaging about 30 to 40 round clips. And there we have a mob lair. And here's a showing of just how much a save by a 300 DPS weapon does. Look at how quickly that layer is going down. This doesn't mean the game's going to be easy, because the layers on the starting planet, Planet 1, very easy. When you get to a later planet, which I'll show you the difference in the layers there, is horrendously different. I can't do a layer on my own on a different planet at the moment. They have horrendously difficult mobs called Guardians that pop out. This shields the layer until you killed all the Guardians, and then they have the next stage. It's when you hit a third, a quarter, a half, and then the last quarter that these things spawn. And the first one is Guardians. The second, when you get to halfway health of the layer, you get Avengers, and then the last is the Queen. And these things, Queens are just they're ridiculous. UN. So you can get a group together, definitely farm them, grind away, because at the moment this is a grinding game. If you're wondering what armor I got the Citizen Pack. I wanted the 4 extra keys to help my friends out, so they can help me out. Okay, so here we have the ILU Trader. What you're going to need is a minimum of a core, and hopefully later on a shield. When you buy one, it will come into your inventory. You then drag it into your individual landing unit. This is key L on your keyboard. What you need is a core minimum to travel, and optimal if you wanted a shield afterwards. That just gives you shield. People can attack. What this is basically is when you land, you get a small little landing beacon area when you land on your planet, so a ship can come and collect you and bring you back here if you need to. But it can be destroyed by other players, so therefore it has an integrity, a health. You can then increase that with obviously a shield, repair, storage, garage, guns. These are going to be implemented later, I believe. I don't know if guns are implemented yet. Basically, once you've got that, you can then travel to your planet. What you do is you select an area and you click transfer. It's cost of 150, 1 50 SN. I'm going to travel towards my area, but I'm not going to show you where I am, obviously. But it's as simple as that. Okay, welcome. So I've transferred to my planet that I chose to move on to. As you can see, this is your individual landing unit. What it gives you is this pretty much here, with one turret to protect it. This added-on tower is a shield, I believe. Okay. When you come here, you then can right-click on the individual unit and travel back. Okay. Basically, plain and simple, very easily. That's always going to be there. That's where you can respawn if you wish. Just to show you the difference in people, that as you can, it's just to let you know, guys, this is my base that I'm building. I seem to have, yes, a layer up here. As you can see, this is the difference in layers. See the health, it is ridiculously more, and the mobs are ridiculously more powerful. One thing to worry about at the moment, guys, definitely, watch out for your own turrets, because they hurt you and they kill you with one shot. Okay, welcome to my base. I'm not sure if these doors lock. I'd love to bring a friend here and make sure he's not in my group to see if he can, see if my turrets attack him. Basically, at the moment, I'm going to show you the foundations of building. Yeah, let's run away from this little mob spawner, shall we? This little lair. Okay, so to continue, what we do is if you bring up K, this will be your facilities. You create a new facility. You create a new one, and then you click on it, and it will give you the properties and access control. So you could add an actor, so you put in the player's name, and you can give them roles within that. So say Hellraiser, as you can see on the right here, is my friend, and he's within my group. I'll allow him to be a builder. Ah crap, goddamn mobs. Gotta be really careful here, people. You then bring up the control again, click on it and build it. You get a little building hat next to it. This shows you then can build. Okay. I bring up my inventory and it's right click to build. It'll allow you to build when it's this color of yellow. When you can't build on near any roads. So it will go red when you can't build. So basically it's left click to place. You then have different other features. So these corners of walls. Okay. So if you have full stop button or your comma button will turn your object. Pretty simple, right? Very simple. You then have roof slots. And a little fan. So there's a building complete. Just to show you, these two things are storage containers. This is the large storage container. I'm not going to place one because I want to keep them. You also have a small box one like you've seen where I was. Okay, now, say you misplaced something. You didn't want it there or you had the wrong orientation. You can move or destroy items. To do so, when you're in the building mode, you hold shift. You will then highlight whatever object you want to move. You then right click it. Hold and right click, you can then click to move, or you can delete. Very simple, very easy. Okay, that is literally the basics of building. You have walls as well. Ugh. You have walls as well. These are walls with shield generators, okay? So they have, not only do they have an armor rating of 70 and defense rating, health, but they also have shield regeneration, or shield as well max. But for that to be of use, you need to have a power generator. Well, I'll show you inside this room. Power generator supplies the shield, the power to these shields. If I right click, you then have to have a power rod. These cost roughly at the moment about 3 UN for a power rod, and as you can see, this will last for 4 days solid. Well worth it, so when you get them. As you can see, these doors have shields, these doors do not. That has a max health of 50, where a normal wall has a max health of 500, max health of 500, so it doesn't matter between walls and windows. But the different doors, that has a health rating of 50 as well. Max health, of 500, and this one has a max health of 1000 plus a shield of 2000, so it's definitely worth using these black doors if you want a really secure, safe room. I believe that when you do want to have friends and people within your area, you're going to have to individually, at the moment, add them as visitors as an actor, so they can come and trade, and so your turrets don't shoot at them straight away. Okay, that is basically all there is at the moment to have a look at within the game. I thank you for watching. I hope this helps you out. This is my little overview of the game, and I generally really enjoy it. Once again, thanks for coming, thanks for watching, I'll see you around, hopefully in game. Bye.